To my YouTube channel. Sorry, hi besties. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Nomfundo Ngwenya, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I love you, bestie. So today I have my beautiful mother. Do we look alike, Sondela ma'am? Who's the mother here?
I don't know.
So I'm starting a series called A Mother's Perspective, right? It's not only from a mother's perspective, but from a parent's perspective. So about any kind of issues like unemployment, mental health, which we are gonna speak about today. Mental health. We're gonna come up with a lot of topics as we go. This is our first
Hello,
episode.
guys. Hello, Nomfundo's besties. Thank you
Yay.
for welcoming me. My name is Sharon Manana. I'm Nomfundo's mom. I know, right?
Yes. Okay. So this book has questions that I'm going to ask my mom. Uh it's gonna be like an interview type of uh conversation, and yeah, so let's get right into it. Okay. So guys, so mom, how did you feel when I first told you about my mental health issue?
Yo. It was so difficult. Um, I was very much like confused, and I felt so depressed. I just couldn't understand what was happening.
You couldn't understand what was happening.
Yes, I thought you were stressed because of books at school, because you are in your second year in University Potchefstroom campus, Northwest. So I thought you couldn't handle the stress of a university life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Funny enough, my question, my second question is going to be, what did you think was the problem, Jay? Even now, not back then. Now, what do you think is the problem? Is it like spiritual, financial? What is the problem? She, she, she.
Okay, I will start with then, what I thought was the problem then. That time, I thought you couldn't handle, the university life, and I like blamed myself of taking you there. I thought you couldn't because most of the things, uh, I'm mostly your support system, and I felt like I spoon food you enough that you are not like independent. So I thought that Ishinofundo cannot live without me being there, because I usually uh, uh, did everything for her. You understand? So okay, with the journey, when the journey continues, I took you to a psychiatrist where they told me that no, it's just the hormone imbalance, so accompanied with stress of books. Then I understand, and it helped me a lot because as a profession I'm a registered nurse, so I'm also psychiatric trained. So I just relate. I refreshed my memory on psychiatric illnesses, and it was not something that was like in like a taboo. I just cancelled myself, and I said to myself, the best thing to help her is for me to be calm and to understand and to study more about what was happening. So my profession as a registered nurse really helped me understand her better and the condition.
Okay. So when you took me to the psychiatrist for the first time in Newcastle, so it was back in 2018, I think, yeah.
I think so.
2018,
2017.
no,
Oh.
2018 second year. I remember it was something on a Thursday. School didn't close at the time. It was
Yeah.
closing next week or something.
The following week.
Yeah. and I left school. I just left school. I was writing tests. I remember I had a psychology test on Friday and a physics test, and I just left school and came back home to Mpumalanga. And then when I came back home, my mother told me that I'm going to a psychiatrist. Like, okay. And then she was like, pack your clothes. You're going to a mental health hospital. So how did you, what made you send me there, and how did you feel when I was there, Vele, when you left me there?
Okay, I remember that time when you called me and said you couldn't take it anymore. I was in a funeral that Saturday. It was not Saturday. It was during the week because it was a holiday. 21st March. I was in KZN in a funeral. Then you called me that day and said, "Ma'am, I cannot take it anymore. I just cannot take it anymore." The thing that I said to you, I said you take the next taxi. I think the following day, I said, come back home. You understand? Then I already spoke with the local doctor, and then he arranged with a psychiatrist in Newcastle, Dr. Sidat. Then they said, no, she must come straight to Newcastle. So I didn't tell you when you were coming. When you came that evening, I think you came around 8. I fetched you in town, and then I just told you that Nomfundo, tomorrow you are going straight to Newcastle. And I remember that day it was very raining. It was so raining that day. So we drove to Newcastle. Then we went to Dr. Sida's office, consultation rooms. And then he said, no, since it's the first time that is happening to her, it's better for them to monitor, to see all the aspects of her life, to take some blood, to do all those things. So she needs to be admitted. So it's a tranquility clinic. It's not a mental health
Ah,
institution. So
okay,
it's a
after
tranquility, yes,
4 years, okay.
yes, it's a tranquility clinic, which they're mainly doing dealing with with mental health issues. Not They are not doing, they are not like treating the psychotic, like people that are really now in psychotic stage. They're just like dealing with this other mental health issues that they can, see, and take bloods, and be seen by a dietitian, be seen by psychologist, seen by a psychiatrist, and to see some blood, take them to CT scan, to see the brain, what is happening. So at that time, when I left you at that clinic, I really felt bad, but I felt relieved that you are in a safe place. And then I am a person who really deals with trauma quickly. You understand? I
Mm-hmm.
cancel myself very quickly, and then
Mm-hmm.
I told myself that no, she's in a safe place. We will find out what is happening with her, because I didn't know that Nomfundo. You understand? She was so depressed. She was so thin. You know,
Yo,
she
guys,
was
I
so
was wearing,
thin.
at that time, I was wearing size 30 to 32, ne?
I think it's even 28.
But then I lost so much weight. I went
Mm.
to 28, 26.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So you were so much, thin. So, I just said to myself, it's better for her to be admitted and to see. Even the time I even thought that something happened in school that you're afraid to tell me,
Mm-hmm.
some trauma that happened. Do you understand? So I was like so wondering, because as I said, as a registered nurse, I usually sometimes deal with I'm working at casualty department, so I will admit like that,
Rape cases.
rape cases, and will admit these young adults that are coming straight from varsity, that they're also like relapse, like depressed and psychotic at times. So I said to myself, if something must have happened there, that she's afraid to tell me at that
Yeah,
time. Yeah, my mind was wandering a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I came back at the hospital in 2018, at the Tranquility Hospital in 2018, um the doctor prescribed or like pills that I take still today. But it was, I wasn't feeling 100% better like I am now. I was relapsing. Kumbola number 2 a.m. phone, but then
Mm-hmm.
not frequently. After maybe 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
after isikhathi eside yabo
Mm-hmm.
bengukufonela ngabo 2
Mm-hmm.
inini, I was relapsing. So how did you feel? Helpless? Would say okay, so
You.
you took me to the doctor. I even in Port, I used to go to a psychologist in Port. I went to a psychiatrist, but then still I was relapsing. So
Yeah, that time, I really took a decision inside me and said, no, the Nomfundo is coming back home now. It's better for her to be home than to be in that place.
she means like I must quit
Yeah,
varsity.
quit varsity. I wanted you to quit Vele, because Potchefstroom from here, it's sort of 4 to 5 hours drive. So I felt helpless because it's not something you can just take a car and drive there. It's too far. You understand? So I understood, and I took a decision that no, I think Nomfundo just need to quit school. But thank God for support system then that I had.
Yeah, leads me to my other question.
Mm.
Did you have support system?
Yes, I did have support system. I did have professionals that were really helping me,
Okay.
like colleagues,
Okay.
like people that are close to me at that time, that
Mm.
were like understanding and advising me on what to do, and I got support even at home. The whole family was
Yeah.
in support.
Yeah.
So I didn't feel alone.
Nami, I I got a lot of support. I think when you in a mental health, when you're depressed, nje, you need support.
A lot.
You need support.
And lots
Yeah.
of understanding,
And lots of
and lots
understanding.
of understanding, because sometimes
Yeah.
you know you sleep, we sleep nicely, and then during the night a person is like, mom, I can't sleep, I want to sleep with you. So I was like, ish, this thing is really frustrating.
Mm.
But again, with the help of other professionals, just try and not let it be like your secret, because I
True.
think that is when you will not get a solution, because you need to involve other people in this issue, so that you will be helped, even when as a supporter, as a
As a
parent,
parent,
you
because
know
now you can so depressed.
Yes, even me, I will end up dipping, because I was starting very to be depressed, because
Yeah.
at some point I asked her psychiatrist to put me through to put me on antidepressants, because I felt like, no, this situation is like overwhelming me. So I think even then the medication also worked for me, because this thing was so stressful.
Do you think lama panic attack obanayo are linked to what I had, mama? It's just something different.
Something
Yeah,
different.
because
Yeah.
the school manga I think it's something
It
different
knows
now.
total something different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's something different.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started taking antidepressants, nje, what do you think of them? Or now because you took antidepressants,
Mm-hmm.
do you think they work? Do you think they don't work? Give me, do you think they work? Nagu, do you think they work?
No, to me it really worked a lot, because I noticed myself that even at work I'll be short tempered, yeah, short tempered, no reasoning, like nje, a spade is a spade there and there. Then I noticed that no, this is not me, I can't be like this aggressive. So when I started these antidepressants, I was calm. People will do something to me that will frustrate, that before would make me to be so angry, and then after I took them, I was so calm, and just I'm able to think straight and look at the person and just, you know, you know, react when I supposed to react, not like a touch is a move
Mm,
kind of thing. You understand?
mm.
So it really helped to my side. But to your side, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, roller coaster, because to you they said there's you know uh, uh, chemical imbalances, relating to stress, a
And
lot
school was
in school.
aiding.
But I've noticed, Claire, that after you finish school,
Yo, I've
I
been
think Dr. Siddharth was telling the truth.
Dr. Siddhartha.
Yes, Dr. Siddharth was telling the truth that after school, because now this lady wants to be out of the medication
Yeah, feeling good.
because now she's feeling good. There's no books, there's nothing. So she's just home eating my food. And she's fine.
Yeah, guys.
Mm.
So, uh, okay. Now that I feel like okay, it's about
Mm.
the antidepressants. I think if you are depressed, definitely do take antidepressants. At first, I felt like I only made people take antidepressants, so I wasn't taking them consistently. Um, that's not good. Then I started taking them consistently, but then they actually didn't work 100% because thingy nama up and down, you know. So yeah, and they made me gain a lot of weight. Antidepressants, guys. Yo, I went from a size 30 to a size I'm not gonna say. Um, but then sometimes they do make me feel good, cause it will happen that I won't take them for maybe 3 weeks. Sorry, mama, I want to say
Mm.
3 weeks. Meaning no, yes, Ganjan. Meaning, I don't, cause I hate going to the pharmacy. I've been going to the pharmacy every month for the past 4 years. I hate going to the pharmacy. So sometimes I won't have a pill, one pill out of the 5 pills I take, right? So when I don't go to the chemist to buy the pill, I won't go, I won't take them, right? And then I'll relapse and I'll feel sad. I'll feel just depressed. I'll be in a depressed mode. But then when I do take them, my mood uplifts, you know. And another thing I've noticed is they just pills. You can do other things to make you feel, to not make you feel depressed. You can do self-care, you can journal, you can reflect, you can gym, you can eat healthy, you can, if you don't want to take antidepressants, I'm not gonna say it's okay, it's your choice, but then you can, I want to stop taking antidepressants, I'm going to do other self-medication, I say. Yeah, how do you feel about that?
I think that decision will be taken by the psychiatrist, because she told me that if she's taking you out, it will not be like a stop. They will start reducing the doses and see how
Yeah.
does it feel. And then when she's okay and when she's like satisfied, then it's when you will just not stop it
Yeah,
on
and
yourself.
I'm not planning to just stop because that's
Okay.
not a good thing. I'm
Okay.
not, if you are on antidepressants, don't just stop because
Mm.
you will relapse.
Because Nofondo, I told you the other time that there was this community service doctor that I spoke to
Mm-hmm.
that time, and then she told me that no, don't be stressed. Even herself, when she was in varsity, she took them for full 5 years because she was depressed. She was a boyfriend dumped her, so she just relapsed also.
Yeah.
So she took them for 5 years. He said after she's like finished with books and everything, and then it's where her psychiatrist also reduced the doses. And when I was talking to her, she was a community service uh,
Lady.
doctor, yes, by then, and then she was not taking them anymore. So that conversation with her really gave me a hope that this thing is possible.
Yeah, this thing is possible and this thing is starting next month.
Hey,
Yes.
Dr. Mfundo
Yes, yes, yes.
prescribing for herself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
How do you think I'm feeling now?
now because you're under my care, full time.
Wow.
Yes, yeah, girl, you're
Okay,
under my care,
ganjan.
like under my roof.
Yeah, it's under your roof. Okay. This lady is in my care. Why
No.
now?
So since you're under my supervision, like you will stay with me 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I've noticed a lot of difference. I know now we have this relationship that I know that no, I said something that it didn't sit with her, not to assume that now she's depressed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's where we know each
We have
other
an
more. We have an
understanding.
understanding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Advice for any people going through mental health issues.
What I've learned with this journey is that mental health affects almost every families. It's
Yeah.
just that sometimes we are not enlightened about this issue. We understand. You'll see a parent that is so aggressive, so aggressive, and then you think that is normal, you know, and that person is like depressed or is having some mental health issues. In society, we have put a very bad stigma on mental health issues, which make the community to like not finding solutions.
Yeah.
So what can be my advice is that we must all take care of our mental health issues, like twice a year or once a year, just go to a psychologist, just to debrief, just to say, because there are a lot of issues that are happening, of a death of a family member, traumatic issues that are happening in the family, sometimes divorce, sometimes domestic GBV, domestic violence. There are a lot of social ills and social problems that are happening. So I think we must find social workers, in our areas.
Mm-hmm.
If you are fortunate enough to afford a psychologist, or in your hospital, government, there is a psychologist. Just go there for a counseling, and then they will see if you need a psychiatrist. You understand? Because sometimes people come to the hospital when now they are like in a state where it's just straight
Mm-hmm.
to a psychiatrist,
Mm-hmm.
then a psychologist, which can be prevented at some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So we must not even judge this our children. They are human too, and they also go through life issues, which as parents we need to be more understanding, you understand, and more supportive, and not put pressure and stigma, just a pure clean support. So as a parent to another parent,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
just find help yourself, because you will be depressed. You will feel like helpless, because this is your child. You want the best for that person, you understand? So just find support. Also talk to somebody, or talk to people that you really trust, and professionals that will help you deal with this situation, because it sometimes can be lonely. Sometimes you can, during the night, you wake up, you cry, because you have, you know like you have plans for this, for your child, and then we work hard as parents for them to be better than us, you understand? So I think to a parent, from a parent to another parent, you are not alone. We are in this journey together. And I usually, if they come to casualty department with their children from varsity, with children that are working, I usually relate my story to them and say, it also happened to me. So don't feel, because they will be crying, they'll be like this. And then I said, no, I'll call them aside and say, no, I also experienced such things. So it's not like you are bewitched or whatever. Just
Mm-hmm.
just support, and follow the process, and find good help for your child.
Yeah. So
Mm,
beautiful.
mm,
Okay, that's the end of the video. I think we took some 25 minutes. That's long,
mm. It's
but
better.
it's information that's gonna help someone, I hope. So, besties, bye. I'll see you in my next video, and my mother is gonna see you in our next episode of From a Mother's Perspective. I'll see you guys next
Bye.
time.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, besties.